Well, the WNBA March Madness tournament, it's over. South Carolina beat Iowa 87-75. We're going to be talking about a lot of that today, as well as more draft news, more interviews too. 2 special guests, in fact. Find out who it is and more on the next episode. This episode starts now. It's time for Pulse Play Podcast.
Their feet right now. Curry launches a three-pointer, cuts it in. Steph Curry from downtown. Curry with Tucker right with him. Curry launches a three, puts it in again.
That one's driven to center field and deep. Yastrzemski back, still back, on the track, at the wall. See ya!
Towering drive down the line towards the pole of its fair. It's gone. Patrick Mahomes. Good time down the middle of the field for Park. Now there's Scantling who caught it. With Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. 2nd and 10. Mahomes thinking about getting out of there. Superman cape is on. And Mahomes is taken off. First down.
Welcome back to the Pulse Play Podcast, man, where the heartbeat of sports comes alive. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for viewing. Thank you guys for continuing to subscribe to the channel. We will be going up, and we will be doing better things. Now, do not forget, April 25th at 8 p.m., we will be doing live stream here on the Pulse Play Podcast on YouTube. Join in for all the fun. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that. Whatever you guys want to do. Now, I got 2 special guests for y'all. I had one, but I had to get another one on, okay? I got 2 special guests. They don't even need no introductions. If you guys know me and my life story, I have 2 families. I got a family on my mom's side. I got my family on my dad's side. Luckily, I get to interview one person from both sides of the family. Find out all and more right now. The first special guest is one who I look up to a lot. One of the main reasons why I go to college is because of this guy right here. One of the main guys that I look up to, this guy right here. My grandfather, Robert Stanton. Let's look and see what he has to say. All right, welcome back to Pulse Play Podcast. I have a very special guest, another one, in fact. I have my grandfather here. All right, his name is Robert Stanton. I have my grandfather here. Welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome to the podcast.
Pleased to be here.
Hey, I'm very excited for this one. I'm very excited. It's going to be a little short, but we're going to get right into it, all right? So the first question is, how do you feel about the Ravens this offseason?
Well, I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical like everybody else because we had so many free agency losses. But I think that the ones that we have on the team right now and the draft coming up, I think we'll be just fine.
That's good. Derrick Henry going to the Ravens? What do you think about that one?
At first, I didn't think it was going to come about, but I think it's a good thing because the Ravens are a running team. Derrick Henry, he's an ox. And if we have the right offensive line and Derrick Henry get going, unstoppable.
All right, unstoppable. You guys heard it, man. Unstoppable. The draft is coming up April 25th. Where do you see the Ravens going?
I think we'll be going offensive line, and I think we might also get defensive end. The offense is okay, but we need one more stout guard to take over, and we need a couple of backups.
Right.
A couple of backup players for the ones that we have. And as far as defense, we lost Clowney, and that was a big loss for us because he had 9 tackles last year, and we need that. And right now we don't have anyone out there other than, here we go again, Matabuke or whatever his name is, other than him to perform like that. Owe and his buddy, I don't know how well they will perform.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll have to see. I think the Ravens are putting a lot of high hopes on, what is his name, Ijabo?
Ojabo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ravens are putting a lot of high hopes on him, hoping that him and Owe will be able to stand up. But we still need that Clowney edge rush. Somebody come off that edge.
Right.
He came off that edge so fast, they couldn't stop him.
Exactly.
He couldn't stop him.
Exactly. Hey, you heard it from the man first. Offensive line, maybe edge rusher. We'll see on April 25th, man. We'll see. As far as Patrick Queen going to the Steelers, what do you think about the rivalry? You think it's gonna be tougher? Tell me your thoughts about that.
Patrick Queen is a good player. He didn't reach his full potential until he came here in number 0. I call him 0.
0. 0.
Yeah. Took him under his wings, and Queen was altogether different player.
Right.
I think he'll be okay for the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll be that big a force
right.
with the Steelers. We'll see. The Ravens can't wait to play. They said that they can't wait to run over Queen, So, and Queen said he can't wait for the Ravens to come his way, So we'll see what's what.
Yeah.
That rivalry between the Ravens and Pittsburgh is one that never ceased to stop or amaze me, because every game that we play, it always comes down to a field goal.
To a field goal.
3 points. 3 points.
To a field goal.
Never fail.
Right.
I don't know why, but they're good games.
Exactly.
Good defensive games. I think the Steelers are a better team this year. I don't want to get into the Steelers because we're talking about the Ravens.
Right.
But I think the Steelers will be a better team this year with Russell Wilson and
Justin Fields.
Fields. I think they'll be a better team. And the running game, Pittsburgh always been the running game.
Right.
Running team like the Ravens. So running game, defense, Steelers gonna be a force.
Hey, we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
What about that big man Lamar? You got high hopes about him this year?
If the offensive line can do what the offensive line is supposed to do, I think Lamar will have a good year like he always has. He'll be able to run the ball, throw the ball. Derrick Henry. Ravens will be tough.
Exactly.
Lamar will be Lamar.
Right. Hey, championship or bust? What we thinking? Where you guys gonna go? What's your prediction?
I'm a Ravens fan.
Right.
I love the Ravens, but we got hurt this year.
Mm-hmm.
All these people that we lost.
Right.
We didn't replace them, so I don't look for us to go to the Super Bowl this year. I look for the playoffs, but not the Super Bowl.
Right.
There's too many good teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans, they're gonna be something
right
to deal with. You got them. We got Green Bay out there. They got better.
Of course, you got the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs are still there. They're not going any place. So all these teams we have to worry about. I just don't see us going to the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, well, if they do go to the Super Bowl, we'll bring my man back on the podcast and we'll get his reaction.
And I'll come back and I'll say, I ate cheese. I'm sorry. I messed up. My Ravens did better than I thought they would. But right now, I don't see us going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, that's good. Any finishing comments? Anything else you want to say to the podcast before we end up?
Before we depart, I would just like to tell people, don't lose faith in our Ravens. Stand by the Ravens. We'll be a good team. And if we don't have a lot of injuries this year, we'll be a good team. Watch out for the Ravens.
All right. I'd like to thank my grandfather for coming on. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back next Wednesday for another podcast. Can't wait to see you guys there. Don't forget, April 25th, we're back here live, YouTube channel. We're going to be reacting to the draft, all right? All right, y'all. It's time for the Post Play of the Week. Now, this guy, he showed out. 3 home runs, 1 inning in a grand slam. Check it out.
And a pitch outside.
Hey, you can just tell by the way he's taking pitches that he's seeing it good.
Just foul. And now 2 balls, 1 strike.
Uh-oh.
3-1.
Yeah, now what? Make sure it's the one you want, Bryce. And the way you're swinging it, trust yourself. Tough pitch right there, down and in, but had a little sink to it from Suter.
Time is called. Harper asked for time. Lefty on lefty. Yeah, it's hooked deep to right center field. No doubt about it. A 3-homer game. He caps it off with a grand slam. To be Bryce Harper. 2 solo home runs, a grand slam, and the Phillies lead it 8-1.
All right, now that we got to hear from my grandfather, we're going to hear from the next special guest. This one don't need no introduction at all. Coaches at Overly. Been playing football his entire life. One of the guys I respect the most. Big cousin, Marvin Harris. Let's hear what he got to say. All right, I got my man here, another special guest on the Pulse Play podcast. My cousin, Big Cuz. Marv, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me in the bullpit, man. Ringing battles and talking sports is something I love to do. I mean, I'm ready to get into it when you ready, man.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. The draft is coming up. NFL draft coming up April 25th. Where do you think they're going to go? Give me your insight on that.
Man, this is one of the most important drafts for a lot of franchises. It can make or break them. I know the story is really based. It's on the Bears right now. You trade Justin Fields, so now you say, look, we got to take a quarterback. Do they take Jaden Daniels from LSU? Do they take Caleb Williams from USC? It's really pick your poison. Do you go with the Heisman winner? The story is you win the Heisman, you go first round.
Right.
You go first, go 1 or 2.
Right.
If I'm the Bears in this situation, you got the first round pick. You got the first pick of the first round. Got the 9th pick in the first round as well. You make moves to go get Keenan Allen. I'm taking Jaden Daniels. The reason why I say that, I don't think they really are rocking with Caleb Williams, players and organization wise. Jaden Daniels is probably the best fit for him. And then you try to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State.
Right.
To add to that receiving core. It's in his blood, true blood receiver. But if they don't, I think they trade that pick for future picks, or maybe bounce or come back.
Right.
And maybe even move up to get Maserati Marv.
Right.
Because you're at 9. There's plenty of teams that want to move up, that want that first round, that 9th pick.
Absolutely. Like the Vikings.
Yes.
The Vikings, because the Vikings do need a quarterback. I mean, although they got Sam Darnold, they really do need a quarterback. So.
Sam Darnold he's your bridge quarterback for whoever they choose to take. You gotta have somebody to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. They lose a lot of pieces offensively as well, and defensively. They're in rebuild mode with a star wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Who eventually will get traded. Because it's hard. Let's be honest. You can't build a franchise off a receiver.
That's right. That's true. Very true.
And give him a carousel of quarterbacks.
Right.
You can't do it.
Man, hey, we just gonna have to see. Let's talk about your home team now. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Your insight on like what they've done in free agency and what you think they're gonna do in the draft.
Baltimore Ravens, I feel like they need to do more.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like the players that they re-signed are complimentary picks.
Right.
If I was the Ravens, I would have re-signed Odell Beckham. I know a lot of people say Odell Beckham robbed him for $16 million, but Odell Beckham had actually his best yards for a season since being hurt. Coming back over 500 yards. Yeah, you look at the only 3 touchdowns. I read an article earlier today on my way here. They said the reason why you saw production or the lack of production from Odell is that he couldn't quite get on the same page with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a very unique quarterback. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
I think he has transitioned from just being a runner first. We have seen him make progressions from year 1 to year 3. Now he's in year 7, I believe.
Right.
And him being able to make certain passes, drop the ball in the bucket, has been crucial. And I think another year with Odell in this system and Lamar, they could flourish.
Yeah.
Because right now the Ravens don't have a number 1 wide receiver. Zay Flowers, he was your high draft pick. He's a slot. You're counting on Bateman to be your number 1. How long we've been counting on him to be number 1?
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
I do like Derrick Henry. Splash play. I was looking at the best available free agents besides. If you don't want to bring back Odell, who's 31 years old, slot receiver that was with the Bengals.
Tyler Boyd?
Tyler Boyd is out there, free agent. He's 29 years old. Had an off year last year, but you would expect that when your franchise quarterback go down.
Of course.
I say the Ravens lost Duvernay. That was going to be the slot guy. He fills that role. He becomes a chain mover.
Right.
Because that was his job in Cincinnati as a chain mover.
Oh yeah, facts, absolutely.
Oh, re-signing Kyle Van Noy 2-year deal. That's big. You forget how young he kind of is because of how much success he had with New England when they were winning Super Bowls.
Facts. That's
But
facts.
he's only just about to turn 30, or just
Yeah.
turned 30.
Yeah.
He has a lot of experience, and he's going to add extra. He's going to add veteranship and championship success. Continue with that defense.
Okay. I agree with that. What do you think they're gonna go in the draft though?
Draft needs. I know we all want to say wide receiver. We say it every year.
Shoot, every team says it every year.
But the Ravens say it every year faithfully.
Right.
Xavier Worthy, but the Ravens picked 30. Xavier Worthy, I don't know if he will fall that far.
Hot take.
That's a hot take. I don't see him.
Hot take.
I don't see him falling that far because he's 40 time alone. I'm an Alabama fan. The one game we lost against Texas, Xavier Worthy not sure that he has speed. He has route running ability. He can route you up.
Facts.
He's a short-handed receiver. He had a veteran quarterback in Ewers who decided to forego the draft to stay another year in Texas. So you look at his film, his tape. Xavier Worthy he's not just a run past you splash receiver. He's up there with complete receivers.
Facts.
It's just he wowed you with a 40 time, and I know he can definitely run more routes than that. But yes, draft a wide receiver. That's probably what they go. Because I don't see them taking a offensive lineman that even at 30, that high in the first round. Linemen come a dime a dozen in every round in 7 rounds.
Okay. All right. What do you think about Philly for all the Philly fans?
For all the Philly fans,
What we saying?
Saquon Barkley is here, has arrived. Saquon Barkley has arrived, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. Swift, we had DeAndre Swift. He didn't produce as we thought he was in Detroit. Injury wise, I would thought they were going to re-sign him, but when Saquon Barkley's out there,
facts, you gotta go get him.
That's an every down back that can do it all, and you put him behind minus Kelsey, one of the best offensive line in the NFL, and then you still have AJ Brown, you still have Devontae Smith,
Goddard.
You still have Goddard. You lose Quez Watkins. But Quez, they've been wanting to move Quez for a long time, and this is probably was the best way to move him. Just let him walk.
Facts.
You go and sign the receiver Devontae Parker. He's the new Julio for them.
Right. Okay.
He's not a speedster. He's 6'2", 6'3". He can move the chains. The question is, do they utilize their weapons? A lot of times last year you saw no matter what, triple cover, double cover, I'm throwing in AJ Brown.
Right.
I think they get back to the basics. We're gonna run the ball with this line that we have. Defensively, wow, let's talk about it. The main problem for the Eagles last year was their secondary. You lose C.J. Gardner-Johnson, one of your best tacklers, a year ago. He went to Detroit. He comes back on a 3-year deal now.
That was a huge deal.
He solidified the safety position for them. You still have Bradbury. Some say he's an outside corner. Some say he's a slot corner. For him, it's a matchup thing. Certain matchups puts him in the slot. Certain matchups, I believe, put him in the outside. You still have big play Slay. Getting a little long in the tooth now. But he knows the system. Healthy, he's splash. He's
Facts.
there for you. You can tell when he's not on the field.
Facts.
Definitely can tell when he's not on the field. They have some retirements across that D line too. But they've been coming from Georgia. They got the boys from Georgia, the young guys that's going to fill that D tackle position. They re-signed Brandon Graham to a year deal. That's your captain now. That's your veteran across that D line. I think the Eagles they go back to the playoffs. I'm gonna say that. I don't want to put too much on them.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the playoffs, yes, for sure.
Okay. All right. Now let's go. Let's talk about the women's basketball. Let's talk about women's basketball because that girl Caitlin Clark been going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. She just been shooting from the parking lot. So let's
The
talk
female
about
Steph
that.
Curry, yes.
In fact, let's talk about that. What do you think is gonna happen in the championship? South Carolina versus Iowa. What's your predictions? What do you think you're gonna see? Talk about that.
South Carolina wins. It's their time. It's definitely their time. Watching them all year, undefeated. Watching what they did in this tournament, offensively, defensively. I knew something was special was going on when they beat LSU early in the season. Because while LSU was riding a hot hand, they were the big dogs, the big cats on the scene. They just coming off a championship, and for them to go and beat them, yeah, they were destined. Dawn Staley has them girls. She done it last year with a different starting five, all leading scorers, and now she done it with another starting five, all dogs.
That's true. That's true.
I just don't think Caitlin Clark can do it by herself.
Right.
Because you see what happened last night. Her going into the half 0-5 from the 3-point line.
Right.
They struggled. Her surrounding cast up has struggled. Questionable calls in the fourth quarter. I'm not a referee. The game was they scratched the win.
Right.
They scratched that win out.
Mm-hmm.
So my heart beat for South Carolina Gamecocks is
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What do you think about the men? What do you got for the men?
NC State versus Purdue. NC State got the big guy. I can't quite remember his name, but watching his highlights, he's like Jokic. He's big. He looks goofy, but his footwork is impeccable in the paint. He's doing things that a 3-guard would do, a small forward. I like NC State to win. I know Purdue's number 1. It's March Madness.
Facts. Definitely, that's facts.
Now this UConn game against surprising Alabama. It's been big for Alabama. It was in the Final Four for football. They came across that Michigan.
That's the truth.
Now they're here in Final Four in basketball, which I never thought seen coming. And they have to go against UConn.
Of course.
I'm gonna be honest, haven't been watching Alabama basketball that much. But they can't be slouches when they got this far. UConn is the right pick. That's the right pick. But KG said anything is possible.
Right? Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. It's March
That's facts.
Madness.
That's
I mean,
true.
Alabama, this could be their time to set the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
All right, hey. I guess we're going to have to see.
Yeah.
What's your predictions for the NBA? NBA playoffs is about to come. It's approaching. You know, what's your predictions?
My predictions coming out the East. Let's start with the East. The East it's a cakewalk. From still, whether LeBron's there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee looked like the favorites early in the season, but I think it's Boston time.
Yeah, I do too. I believe
Boston going back to the finals, coming out the East. Who they beat to get there? Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't think Joel Embiid coming back give the Sixers enough juice.
Right.
But Boston, they've been playing at a high level offensively and defensively, especially if Jaylen Brown and Tatum get this Batman and Robin thing under together and become Batman and Superman.
Facts.
Because when one is Batman, you're getting 30. When one is Robin, you might get 10. I need Jaylen Brown and Tatum to get you 60 together.
Facts.
But when they're playing at a high unit and they're both scoring at a high clip at the same time, Boston is unstoppable. You still they got Porzingis anchoring the middle. He can get you 15.
Fact, he can easily get you 15.
Now coming out the West is complicated.
Ooh.
It's complicated. Quietly, the Lakers, if they win tonight, they move into the 8th spot. They're in the playoffs, not the play-in.
Right.
And people sleeping on the Lakers right now, but they've been playing good team basketball.
Oh, of course.
LeBron's giving you 25. 8 assists. D-Lo.
Shooting threes.
D-Lo.
Crazy.
Ice water in his veins. Ice water in his veins. All-time leading three-point shooter, passing Nick Van Exel.
Right.
He has his confidence.
Okay.
And that's big.
Very.
They've been waiting for D'Lo to have his confidence with LeBron.
That's true.
Think about it. LeBron get rid of point guards faster than job get rid of employees.
Right.
AD has been playing like the AD we've been wanting him to play, and that's not street clothes AD. This is I'm borderline becoming Shaq.
Facts.
Of the Lakers.
Facts.
Then you got the Clippers. Wow. What do you want? I was questionable about James Harden, but he facilitating. He's meshing very well there. PG is still there.
Oh, of course.
You got Kawhi, and let's not forget Russell Westbrook is still there, Mr. Triple Double himself.
Facts.
He can, if he gets going, leading a second unit, he can get you 10 and 10.
Easily.
He's explosive, going to have fresh legs. But overall, coming out the West, my pick, definitely, if it ain't Denver, because you can't sleep on Jokic, it's Phoenix.
Ooh.
Stats show that when KD, Bradley Beal all scored 20 points, they're undefeated.
Okay.
And I'm feeling the hype. Yes, Luka still has to wait. You have a big two. They made some impressive mid-season moves, but I think Kyrie getting long in the tooth. He's still a god with the ball in his hands, able to score, able to get you 30 on Ramadan.
Facts.
He's not eating and getting 30.
That's true.
Luka can get you 50.
50.
But I just don't think defensively they can get it done. Because offensively it come and goes.
Right.
In the playoffs, it can come and go in a series. So yeah, that's my pick. Okay. Phoenix, Boston. Game 7. KD at his spot. 3-point shot. Still the deal.
Facts. That's KD's shot, man. That's KD's shot. Man,
left wing.
Left wing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot. We're gonna have to see.
Yes.
Let's talk about Angel Reese.
Yes.
Angel Reese going.
The queen.
Yes,
Angel
the
Reese.
queen going to the WNBA. What do you think? What's your takes on that? How do you like that, and what do you think about that?
Emotional exit, but the right move.
Right.
Right move for her to take it to the next level and go dominate. She done everything she can in college basketball, women's college basketball. Winning a championship with LSU. Let's not forget what she done at Maryland, hometown. Yes, I think you kind of could tell through the season, and also during the tournament, she probably already had this win or lose decision made in her mind.
Right.
She collected her money NIL deal. She's able to, move forward now and know that she has that money on top of what she's going to make in the league.
Oh, of course.
I don't think she's a first overall pick.
Right.
Because it all depends who has the first pick. I'm not sure. Do they need a power forward? But she's definitely top 10.
Okay.
Top 10 pick, yes.
Okay. Shoot, maybe to the LA Sparks. Maybe to deal. That'd be tough. I'm not gonna
That'd
lie.
be tough.
To the LA Sparks.
LA Sparks could be tough.
Would be tough. Maybe the Phoenix Mercury too. That'd be
Yeah.
hard. That would be hard.
I mean, seeing how they don't have Brittany Griner anymore,
Yeah.
they need a presence like Angel Reese. She brings excitement. She brings energy, rebounding. I mean, standing 6'2", 6'3", to be able to get 10 rebounds, it's big for anybody at that height.
Oh, of course.
Caitlin Clark going to the league.
Yeah, I think she's gonna go first. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I do. I believe
first.
so as well. I believe so as well.
That's because she's just a generational talent.
Yes, being able to shoot. I always say women are the purest shooters in the world of sports.
Right.
Basketball. No knock to the Steph Currys, the Kobe's. But you just knowing that they don't have the athleticism so much to dunk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They have to shoot. And
right.
And they're shooting at a high clip. Let's talk. One thing I do want to talk about.
Okay.
Is I forgot her name. LSU. She's transferring again.
Oh, you talking about Haley Van Leff?
Yes, she's
Haley
transferring
Van Leff.
again, and everybody's saying where is she gonna go? Is she gonna try to ride the coattail of a winner of the Final Four? I don't see her going to South Carolina with Dawn Staley. I don't think she fits there. UConn, if UConn wins, they have a freshman point guard. She's coming off the bench. I think, me personally, she should stay at LSU. Stay at LSU, finish out your career, and run it back. LSU will be back with Flau'jae.
Of course. Of course.
Flau'jae has become a superstar, not only in the booth, but on the court. Her play this like spin move finish with the left. I mean, her game is, like she said, she's been in the gym, and
right.
it shows. Her work ethic shows. I say she should stay.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Hey, that's cool. Anything else that you got to say on this podcast? Any other final remarks that you got to say before we end this thing?
Yes. One thing. April 20th, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. That's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one.
Oh, of course.
But also, yes, my name is Marvin Harris. I coach at Overly 1314. Come on down. We could use the players. Come to a great organization with great coaches. We're building for these young kids out there, boy or girls. It doesn't matter. If they want to play, bring them on down. The flyer will be in the video. Reach out to me. I'll leave my email address or whatsoever, or DM, so we can get in contact with me, and we can make it happen. If not, it's been a pleasure. I'm honored.
Yes, sir.
Just stay blessed, everybody. Stay blessed. Mental and physical health, everything.
Yes, sir. I appreciate my man. I appreciate you one more time. I appreciate you for doing this. Hey, we'll be back again. You know, April 25th, we going live. Marv might show up on the live.
I might just be there.
Yeah,
yes.
You might not know. We're going to be back at this thing. Can't wait to see. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We about to be out. Peace.